Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a rambunctious couple in love that loves reacting to some RWBY.
We do, and it's getting really good now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been good for a while now.
Yeah, but like I feel like in the last episode we finished the sort of prologue. Like everything up until now has been good, but it's been the prologue, and now I feel like we're really diving in.
Getting into the meat of it all.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna check out episodes 9 and 10. And yeah, if you want our all of our RWBY reactions, go ahead and check out the playlist down below in the description of this video. And if you want early access to our RWBY reactions, check out Patreon. It's also in the description of this video. We got a link there for you. And yeah, we're gonna check out 9 and 10. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Now that you're awake, we can officially begin our first order of business. Excuse me? Decorating! What?
We still have to unpack. And clean.
All right! Weiss, Blake, Yang, and their fearless leader, Ruby, have begun their first mission. Bonsai! Bonsai!
Come on, Weiss is gonna put a T. Bonsai. Interesting painting. Ninjas of Love?
Aww.
She reads romance novels.
Going to work.
It is a bit cramped.
Maybe we should ditch some of our stuff.
Or we could ditch the beds and replace them with bunk beds. That sounds incredibly dangerous.
And super awesome.
It does seem efficient.
Well, we should put it to a vote. I think we just did. Objective complete. All right, our second order of business is...
The ceiling.
Yeah.
Classes. Now, we have a few classes together today. At 9, we've got to be...
What? Did you say 9 o'clock?
It's 8:55, you dunce. To class.
Class?
We're gonna be late!
Monsters, demons, prowlers of the night. Yes, the creatures of Grimm have many names, but I merely refer to them as prey. Ha ha! Ha ha! And you shall too upon graduating from this prestigious academy. Now, as I was saying, Vale, as well as the other 3 kingdoms, are safe havens in an otherwise treacherous world. Our planet is absolutely teeming with creatures that would love nothing more than to tear you to pieces. And that's where we come in. Huntsmen, huntresses. Individuals who have sworn to protect those who cannot protect themselves. From what you ask? Why, the very world.
Hey, yeah.
That is what you are training to become. But first, a story. A tale of a young, handsome man. Me, when I was a boy. Despite
Blah, blah, blah,
smelling
blah.
of cabbages, my grandfather was a wise
Charlie
man.
Brown.
Peter, he told me. In the end, the Beowulf was no match for my sheer tenacity, and I returned to my village with the beast in captivity and my head held high, celebrated as a hero.
Deathstalker. I like that.
The moral of this story? A true huntsman must be honorable. A true huntsman must be dependable. A true huntsman must be strategic, well-educated, and wise. So, who among you believes themselves to be the embodiment of these traits?
I do, sir.
Well then, let's find out. Step forward and face your opponent.
Okay then. Come on, Weiss.
Go Weiss! Fight well! Yeah, represent Team RWBY!
She had a little ruby
Ruby,
flag.
I'm trying to focus. Oh, sorry.
All right, let the match begin. Haha, wasn't expecting that, were you?
Hang in there, Weiss!
Bold as you approach. I like it.
Come on, Weiss, show it who's boss!
Let her focus.
Ho ho, now what will you do without your weapon?
Weiss, go for its belly! There's no armor underneath! Stop telling me what to do!
Kind of tough to go for belly right now. Good move.
Bravo! Bravo! It appears we are indeed in the presence of a true huntress in training. I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today. Be sure to cover the assigned readings, and stay vigilant. Class dismissed.
Sheesh, what's with her? I don't know, I'm kind of on her side on this one.
What? What's wrong with you? Why are you being... What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? You're supposed to be a leader, and all you've been so far is a nuisance. What did I do? That's just it. You've done nothing to earn your position. Back in the forest, you acted like a child, and you've only continued to do so.
Weiss, where is this coming from?
What happened to all the talk about working together? I thought you believed in acting as a team. Not a team led by you.
Ooh.
I've studied and trained, and quite frankly, I deserve better. Ozpin made a mistake.
You're just mad it's not you who was chosen.
Yeah.
Now that didn't seem to go very well.
Is she right? Did you make a mistake?
That remains to be seen.
It's up to you to prove that you didn't make a mistake.
Professor Port,
Ah, Miss Shani. And to what do I owe this fine pleasure?
I enjoyed your lecture.
Of course you did, child. You have the blood of a true huntress in you.
You really think so?
Most surely. Something's troubling you.
Yes, sir.
Dear girl, confess to me your strife.
Well, I think I should have been the leader of Team RWBY.
That's preposterous.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's only been one day. Ruby, I've made more mistakes than any man, woman, and child on this planet. But at this moment, I would not consider your appointment to leader to be one of them. Do you?
Excuse Excuse me?
I've believed in Professor Osmond for many years, and the man's never once led me astray.
So you would just blindly accept his decision, even after seeing how exceptional I am?
With all due respect, your exceptional skill on the battlefield is matched only by your poor attitude.
How dare you?
My point exactly. I see a girl before me who has spent her entire life getting exactly what she wanted.
That's not even remotely true. Well, not entirely true.
Being a team leader isn't just a title you carry into battle, but a badge you wear constantly. If you are not always performing at your absolute best, then what reason do you give others to follow you?
So the outcome did not fall in your favor. Do you really believe that acting in such a manner would cause those in power to reconsider their decision? So instead of fretting about what you don't have, savor what you do.
Good
Hone
advice.
your skills, perfect every technique, and be not the best leader, but the best person you can be.
You've been burdened with a daunting responsibility, Ruby. I advise you take some time to think about how you will uphold it.
Also good advice.
Weiss, I was studying and then I fell asleep. I'm sorry. How do you take your coffee?
I don't.
Answer the question. Cream and 5 sugars. Don't move. Here.
Of course, she has 5 sugars.
Thanks, Weiss. Ruby, I think you have what it takes to be a good leader. Just know that I am going to be the best teammate you will ever have.
There you go.
Good luck studying. That's wrong, by the way. Hey, Ruby?
Uh-huh.
I always wanted bunk beds as a kid.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. All right. I like those episodes. And what they had to say kind of about what it is to be a leader and leadership in general.
And I have to give credit to Weiss. She has all the entitlement of a privileged existence, and she's got all the ego and arrogance to go with that. But when given feedback that is critical, she hears it. I mean, she does take it on board and she adjusts, which, I think that's contrary to what would be the most common experience with someone probably of her upbringing and her social status and everything else. So I really respect the fact that when she is given that, she hears it, she takes it on board, and she makes an adjustment.
And I like that she said that, I think you're going to be a good leader. And like, it's one of those things where, Ruby is young and has, probably never led before. Weiss, I would think, Yang, I would think, would be, the leader for most of her life, like, in charge. And, Ruby, like, when she first got the leadership, leadership isn't just telling people what to do. It's inspiring people. It is also, like, trying to figure out how to get the best out of people, like, what motivates them, and trying to figure it out, because, people are motivated by different things. And, like, Ruby at first, her first assignment was, okay, let's, we're going to decorate, we're going to make bunk beds, and then also, like, her, like, goofing off in class, like, I could see how Weiss was kind of, like, getting irritated by that. It's like, leadership is also about, like, setting a good example and leading by example. I think Weiss felt that Ruby wasn't taking her leadership responsibilities seriously and, like, didn't realize how much of an honor it is to be named a leader, and responsibility it is, and then obviously also Weiss's own arrogance about the fact that she should have been leader.
I think that for the first assignment of, like, making the space their own and decorating and having that level of fun, I don't think that was a bad choice on Ruby's part. But she did come at it with a level of bossiness.
Their whistle and everything.
And so I was thinking that's where Weiss was going to go, rather than like you're behaving like a child, but to say like you're being bossy. Like there's a difference between a boss and a leader. A boss sucks. A leader is inspiring. Like, you know, everybody bemoans the boss, and it's because a boss that's not also a leader is just somebody who dictates to you, and nobody wants to listen to that person. So I think that first assignment was fine for Yang and for what's her name, the Belle character.
Blake.
And Blake. I think it was fine for Yang and Blake, who kind of like dove in and were ready to have some fun. But then in class, Ruby needed to recognize she has a third member of the team to lead and to make sure that she's also tailoring her leadership to that person as well, which she didn't at all. The other thing I'd say about Weiss too is that of all the team members to lead, she's going to be the most challenging because everybody else will give Ruby the benefit of the doubt. Weiss is expecting her to prove it. And Weiss also takes all of this crazy seriously. Like, Weiss does not have a sense of humor. She doesn't possess one. Everybody else does. They want to have fun and kick back, whatever. Weiss just wants to be the star. And she takes it seriously, and she's not accepting of anything short of perfection, so...
And I also like that Weiss adapted there and said that, you know, when she accepted the fact that Ruby's going to be a leader, and she thinks, you know, gave her the confidence, hey, I think you're going to be a good leader too. Weiss said that I'm going to be the best teammate ever. And it's one of those things where, yeah, like, you know, we all want to be, you know, the boss or the leader, or, you know, like you always want to be like in first place, or, you know, you always want to be the best, but like, be the best at what you do. Like, you know, like be the best teacher, be the best student, be the best, like find your lot in life and find, like, you know, kind of what you enjoy and what you like, and try to make, you know, it's also making the best out of the situation. Like, she wasn't the leader, but you know what? That doesn't mean that she can't, like, you know, contribute to the team and still inspire. I mean, sometimes, you know, the second in command is better than the leader themselves. Like, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, and it's something that gets talked about often in like the acting world out here in LA is like, know yourself, know what you bring to the table, because genuinely nobody is going to be a better you than you.
Yeah.
It is the one thing that you can be the best at, hands down, every time over another person. So like, you never want to try to be someone else. You want to realize what you bring to the table, what your incredible strengths are. Maximize those 100 times over, and like be confident in it to be the best you.
And also, as far as the sport goes, bringing in an acting thing again, in improv, they talk about how, you know, the best improvisers make the other people on stage look amazing. And look like they're, like, you know, so brilliant and clever, and they're funny just because, like, the way that they set up their teammates, and, you know, there's stage performers. So that's also something that I think that, you know, it's a good takeaway.
Definitely.
Now, if you want all of our RWBY reactions, go ahead and check out the description of this video. We got a playlist there for you, and we also have early reactions on our Patreon. We got a link down below in the description of this video. Thanks so much for checking out our reactions for RWBY Volume 1, Episodes 9 and 10, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.